That's right, 98.9 Northwest FM. You're on CarTorque with Matty J. Welcome back to 2017. We've got a big year of CarTorque coming up. Tons of new topics, tons of everything. It's going to be a great year. Also, not just on this show, but on every show. I mean, you usually listen to James with Man vs. Movies. He'll be doing big things this year. There's some awesome movies coming out this year, so stay tuned for him. But in the land of the automotive world, there is big things happening, and it's going to be a big year, 2017. Some cracking cars that I'm looking forward to having a look at and getting my mitts on to possibly drive. But tonight we're going to have a bit of a recap of last year and talk about what's happened to me in the last 2 weeks. This is obviously my comeback week. I haven't been on for a couple of weeks due to work commitments and other commitments. So welcome back, and welcome to all my listeners. If you've got anything to text us, give us a text on 044 7777 989. That's 044 7777 989. Happy to hear for you. If you've got any car questions or anything car related, let me know. Send us on the text line and put your name in there so we know who is messaging us. Big warm welcome to obviously James from Man vs. Movies. How you going, James?
Thanks, Matt.
And James from Established. What's happening?
Hey, how you doing?
No, not bad, man. Not bad. What's been happening your end, James?
Not much at all. Just keeping it quiet through the seasons of, Christmas and New Year's. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everyone.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Happy Hanukkah and what
Crazy Kwanzaa.
Crazy Kwanzaa.
And can't forget Festivus.
Festivus.
Oh, yeah, we forgot Festivus. I should have done a Festivus special for Man vs. Movies.
We should have.
Next year.
Next year.
I saw on YouTube that they were making like the there was like a thing how to make the Festivus poll.
The poll.
it was like a full how to do it. I'm so doing that next year. That's awesome.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was pretty much like all stuff from your local hardware store. So
excellent.
Yeah, dude. It actually looked like the real thing. It's hilarious.
That's cool. So
we're not gonna air our grievances tonight on the show, but we are going to talk about just obviously the last few weeks. So in the topic of my world, I got the F6 back, and obviously from when we last had it, heard about it, I got rear-ended, and we found out that parts were hard to come by. So we basically tracked down my panel beater tracked down a brand new genuine rear bar, and got everything on there. They did a pretty damn good job. I'm actually quite happy with it. And the car's back on the road, and it's it's the best feeling getting your car back, because you can't sleep the night before. You get nervous. You're just like, oh my god, it's like Christmas when you first turn the key, or in that case start the button. And it was a good feeling, and I had it back on the road, and I proposed to it with a set of wheels. I don't know if you guys saw on my Instagram page.
Let's see.
I bought a set of wheels from Ford, a genuine set of dark Argents.
What they set you back?
Well, these wheels are like from Ford, genuine, $1,800 each.
Shit.
So yeah, I obviously didn't pay that because they're running Ford parts out, like FPV, Australian made Ford parts especially out. Yeah. So I ended up getting the set for $1,400.
Wow.
Brand new as well.
Wow.
From Ford. So I'm like hell yeah, I'm definitely getting on that. So I got myself the set of 4, and they're going on the car on Friday. I'm getting some new tyres for it. I've done my research. I was going to go for the semi-slicks, but for my price range, I could only get to a Dunlop Max Sport Max RT.
Very soft.
Very soft.
Okay.
They're like the best tyre they make before you go semi-slick, and semi-slicks just were going to send me back too much, and I couldn't afford that. But to get them on there, apparently they're a really, really good tyre. They beat the Super Sport and everything on Motor Magazine's latest tyre test.
Wow.
So and for a cheaper tyre, like they're not cheap, like they're still a bit pricey, but they're going to go on. So I'm going to give them a good test, and I'll let you guys know how the tyres will go on in the next episode, because I'm a big fan of tyres, and as you know, James, tyres make such a huge difference.
Massive difference.
So when you put the tyres on your MPS, you put the Nankangs, didn't you?
Nankang and S2Rs, so they're a street legal semi-slick. They're I think it's .E or dot something approved for street use. There's two treadwears. There's a 120 treadwear and a 180 treadwear. I went for the 180 treadwear.
Get a bit more life.
A bit more life, that's right. The 120 treadwear is more track grade, but it's still a road legal tyre. They're excellent tyres. The first day I put them on, like me talking to you doesn't do it justice. Like, you'd have to feel it. Just driving to university, getting off the off ramp for the freeway, and as the car rolls to a stop, you could actually feel the rotation of the tire, the amount of grip, just from a freeway run is unbelievable.
I mean, that kind of says it all. Like, it's just they got a bit of heat and a bit of friction, and that's the amount of grip they had, which is
pretty phenomenal, man.
I mean, that's very good for a street tire at the end of it. How are they in the wet? They still good in the wet? Or?
They're fun in the wet.
They're fun in the wet?
I can't say that they're not. It's look, being a front wheel drive car, understeer, it's like you never know when you're going to die. It's just
and do you get a bit of lift off oversteer as well?
Every now and then, but it's different. Like, I can't put I can't put all of my power down in the wet. I can put all of my power down in the dry. First, second, third, and then after that I'm rolling, so it's just forget it, I'll go.
Like, from a dig it hooks up?
From a dig it hooks up. Like, it does wheel spin if you have
too much in it?
Yeah, too much in it, and as soon as they grip up, like, as soon as it wheel spins once, like, you feel it once, twice, and then it just hooks up and goes, and then after that, if you launch again, forget it. It's like, it's not going to slip.
Yeah.
So I can put all my power down in first. In the wet, you get to about 75%, and then it starts slipping.
Yeah.
Even though, like, Nankang came out with this drainage technology or whatever, where they just angled the slats so it drains out the water quicker, which also makes the tire look really aggressive. It's fun in the wet. Like, I can't complain. You got to watch out with slicks in the wet. It's like semi-slicks in the wet, because they're shit, really. they're not really going to handle the wet. But wet conditions, it's like fun to drive.
Had a ball.
It's just, it's a bit of a handful, but it's okay.
Yeah, well, look,
as long as you know not to give it to it in this corner, or
the limits of physics and
exactly,
and whatever the tire can manage as well. And I'm always a big advocate for, like, getting, spending the extra bit of coin and getting good tires. So I'm getting as good as a road tire as I can before going semi-slick.
100%.
But like with some people, they prefer just to get, like, massive wheels and just, like, the crappiest tires. And I'm just like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it at the end of the day. It really isn't. If the car's like, a bucket, or if it's a good car, as I think that Bridgestone ad said, like, your hand's got like your handprint is like the size of a tread, and
I like that ad.
Yeah, it's a great ad, and it pretty much says to you, that's what's sticking you to the ground. And
four hands basically.
Yeah, and do you really want to compromise on that? And that's my question that I'm putting out to you guys, and to the people of the community as well. When you go out and get a tire, you're going to get the Bob Jane specials, or you're going to get, like, real good tires. So
it does make a difference, 100%. Like, there's crappy Chinese tires. I mean, tires could be made in China in the same factory, even if they're a different brand, but the patterns make a massive difference. There's, like, the stamping and what in general what the tire is made out of.
Oh, they do.
The weave technology, or wiring or whatnot. And I was surprised, like, when I got my slicks rotated. That's the word. I got them rotated, and like, the guy was keen. My tire guy was keen to see the wear on them. So on my car, there is a bit of inside wear on the front and the back. Most likely because I'm running a bigger tire than factory.
Just the way it probably toes in now and stuff.
Yeah, so it toes in and whatnot. Like, my tire guy's really good. He worked at Bob Jane 15 years, and then went and opened his own tire company with a friend of his. They're pulling 10 million net in their company over 2 years. So
that's crazy. Yeah,
they got good contracts. They're doing well. Good for them. But this guy's like a legend. You tell him a car, and he goes, "This is what tire you need. This is what wheel you need if you want to change your wheels. Don't go past this offset. Get this wheel and shave it to this much if you want to do that." Like, he knows his shit. Really good. Sorry for that.
Is it?
Basically, so I get a bit of inner camber wear. which is normal-ish. Yeah. But I mean, if you rotate every 5 to 10,000, it doesn't really affect it.
They all kind of wear out evenly, really.
Yeah. So he wanted to see the inside of the tyre and how it was holding up. After I think it was 15,000 Ks. So we pulled the tyre off the wheel, and the inside, it's from factory. It's got this anti-slip stuff in there.
Okay.
So it's similar technology that they use on the R35.
Oh right.
Yeah, and it came factory in this tyre, and I'm going, what the hell? And this tyre is under 200 a tyre.
That's pretty good.
And they got stuff that makes it suitable for use on high-end supercars. And that's pretty crazy.
It's impressive for the price, actually. That sounds like a very good tyre. So.
Yeah. Well, look, I like the Nankangs. Maybe Invos, Nitto Invos.
Yeah, I heard they're good.
I'm not sure. I want to look around the semi-slick range, and then hopefully go from there.
Sounds good. Look, we're gonna go to a break. We're gonna go to a song by Moog. You guys know Moog from Mighty Car Mods. He's not just a car guy. He's also a music producer. Very good one at that as well. Makes some really good music and impressive tracks in general. So we're going to go to a song he's just released with Aaron Renee called Horizons, but we're going to go to a quick break first. That was Moog with Horizons featuring Aaron Renee. We're back in the studio. We've got Luca in the studio now. How you going, Luca?
Good, mate. How are you?
Not bad. We got a text during the break. Great song. It is a good song, that one. I'm a big fan of that one. That's off Moog's latest, their latest episode of the Drifter or something. I'm pretty sure it's called
Drifter, or I think it was it that.
It was the Roadkill
versus Mighty Car Mods or something.
Yeah, so it's
a 180 Ute, or what is it?
And that was WRX wagon cut into a Ute.
Yeah, that's sick.
It actually looked pretty good with the fender flares and all that on it. Anyway, during the break that we had, Luca purchased a new car, so he's joined the Barra fraternity. So tell us a bit about your car.
2005 BA Mark II XR6 Turbo, 6-speed manual, silver. That's about it, really. Yeah, pretty 100,000 Ks. So it was like a hand-picked or hand-built XR6, I should say, from when the guy. Design. Yeah, iDesign. That's what you call it.
So for the people at home that don't know what an iDesign car is, an iDesign is basically when you go to Ford or to well, this is what Ford had anyway, but most companies do it. You say, okay, I want this car, but then you option it with different color stitching in the seats. You put little extra touches, and they charge you for it, but it's to make it kind of unique. So you've actually got a pretty rare car being an iDesign XR6 Turbo.
Yeah,
but it's also had a little bit of a fiddle from old mates at Herod.
Herod, yeah, it's got just all the normal stuff the XR6 Turbo boys do, just injectors, fuel pump, exhaust, bigger intercooler, valve springs, and airbox and tune. So,
and it's pushing
290 at the rears. Got dynoed at,
and it's got but the big fear is the torque. It's got 800 newton meters.
850 or some of the newton meters. So.
That's a lot of torque.
Yeah.
That's double the torque they came with from factory.
Yeah.
That's like the same torque as a CLK 63 Black Edition.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah. It's got the same hit as well. It's got enough torque to turn the world backwards. It's a strong car. It's very, very torquey, but also got a little bit of lag. I've noticed.
Yeah, but
that's just in the tune. But I reckon it makes it drivable because
you're not always hitting boost.
You're not always hitting boost, and when you're and you're already
fuel economy, bro.
Yeah, and you get surprising fuel economy.
Fuel economy, yeah, for the work done to it.
When you're not on the boost, because when you're on boost, you can kind of watch the needle just drop. So yeah, so your first few weeks with it, how are you finding it?
It's different, obviously, to the Land Cruiser, but it's good to drive a faster car again.
Yeah. So it's got a Melwood clutch as well, doesn't it?
Yeah. So real heavy clutch as well, which I'm used to now. So yeah, it's good.
Well, they put that clutch in there just for the power, because the previous owner said he had a twin plate in there, but the single plate just makes sure it gets to the ground. It's really, really body as well. Just as soon as you take your foot off, the clutch is right there. So
yeah.
But it's from my experience driving it, it's actually quite a nice car to drive. The power is really usable, and it's very fluid as well. So and it's rapid when it comes on boost. So
Well, yeah, the B Series Falcons are nice cars to drive. As you think they're better than the FGs.
I reckon they're a nicer car rather than the FG Falcon. Purely because I reckon the FG Falcon just had a bit too much going on, and two, they had a more simpler front and rear end. Which actually the rear end's very, very much the same as the FG, but the front end was all changed, and they didn't feel as nice to drive. Whereas the B Series always kind of felt that like you can hop into a B Series and just drive it.
Just drive it, yeah.
Whereas in FG,
you have to put a bit of work.
Yeah, you have to get used to it. Like you had an old XRC, FG XR6, and I could never just get comfortable. Like I could never just sit down and drive it. It took me a while to get used to. Whereas in a B Series, I could just sit down and drive it pretty easy. But you got anything planned to do to it in the future?
I just got the new rims like you.
Yep.
For at the moment, but not for what? Not in the near future. Possibly in the future, but not in the coming future. No.
No, that's good. So you've also got the Bobtail DJR spoiler.
Yeah, I've got that as a Christmas present. That's got to go on. I'll just chuck boost gauge and an oil gauge in there, and yeah, that'd be it for now, I reckon.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Do you have to get a sandwich plate to run the oil gauge?
That's probably the best way to do it.
Okay.
Otherwise, you got to tap into. Well, it's an all
temp.
So it's either way, all pressure and all temp. They come with the sandwich thing anyway.
It's so you guys don't have one just fitted and sealed. Like you have to actually run one of those plates.
Well, I'm not too sure because on the Typhoon it's got the oil pressure gauge, but that comes off right where the turbo oil line filter is. You might be able to tap in there. I haven't done my research on that, but the sandwich plate will probably be your safest bet anyway because it just goes on where the filter is. Yeah. And you get accurate readings that way, and that way you don't have to tap into your sump or anything, and it just becomes a mess. So
with my MPS, so just recently I bought apart the spin-on conversion because it's stupid. It's probably to cut costs, but Mazda came out with paper cartridge filters for the MPS. I'm going, are you serious? That's stupid. Anyway, so spin-on filter conversion kit. And some people that installed it ran a sandwich plate to get, oil temp / pressure. So I'm not assuming pressure, but oil temperature.
So you're going to run that on the MPS? I'm
not 100% sure yet. I might just buy the sandwich plate and plug it for now, just in case that I want to run it in the future.
Okay, yep.
But I like the clean look. I don't like gauges or anything, so probably just keep it clean for now.
Yeah. No, that's good. People do prefer a cleaner looking car, but the gauges you've got are pretty subtle.
They looks like the stock, just stock. Like the FPV series had.
Yeah.
So
just ICC on the top. They're just two gauges. I think you're running SAS gauge. You're gonna be running SAS gauges. So
you guys can get away with it. Like for me, that the car never came out with gauges, so it is gonna look sus.
Yeah.
If I put something up there, even aftermarket, because it just changes the look.
Yeah.
But who knows? Maybe in the future.
Can you
in
put
the glove box?
Yeah, I was going to say in the glove box, or you could put probably like a just mounted on the top of the cowling.
You could get a pillar pod.
Or pillar pod.
Yeah, I think they make also one that you can put in the you delete the vent.
Oh yeah, I've seen those.
But you don't want to delete
it. Looks a bit tacky.
Yeah. It looks tacky, and you lose the vent there, and
exactly.
It becomes a pain in the backside. I've seen it done, and if I saw one done on a Golf GDI, and it looked okay, but on a closer look, it looked kind of how you're going. So
it's probably a cheap one because the GDI's got that P3 gauge, I think it's called, where it actually cuts the vent in half, so you still get the vent, and you get a digital screen that you can OBD scan with. You can do quarter mile times, 0 to 100, stuff like that.
Oh right, that's pretty cool.
It's $350, but you get all these extra features.
Yeah.
So who knows?
No, that's actually pretty cool. I might have to look into that.
Yeah, P3.
Yeah.
I think they do them for the Fords. Something similar like that.
I've seen similar things for that. Not different company though, but I'm pretty sure on the 4 pages they've got stuff like that. I was going to ask you, James. And from Established anyway, anything coming up? Because we're planning to do a meet. We're still trying to organise. I remember the last time we were on air, we were organising something, but we haven't managed to do it yet.
Yep.
Something is coming. We are organising a CarTorque car meet. It's going to be happening very soon. But on your end of the scale, anything you've got coming up?
We are planning a dyno day within the next 3 months, so keep an eye out for that. Can't release too much information at the moment, just because we're in the discussion like that sort of stage.
Yeah.
But there is going to be a dyno day, hopefully mid-March.
Okay.
Bigger events, maybe towards the end of the year. I can't really talk much about it, but
things are coming.
Something at least 300 to 400 cars plus, maybe a track day. So
that'd be pretty good.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. No, that's definitely good because we do need more cars in the community and more events for us car guys. I was going to talk about. I completely lost my train of thought now after just asking you that, James.
Well, if you want to keep going, this Sunday I believe there's a bikini car wash.
Bikini car wash.
GT Car Club, bikini car wash, and they're raising funds for charity. So that's something special.
Where's that?
So real quick, I'll pull up the page.
Yeah, he's just playing on the page now. I was going to. I was speaking to Luca before. You're getting some of the parts in the car wrapped.
Yes, yeah, from a guy called his company's called I'm Wrapped.
Okay.
Up in Greenville.
Yeah. Local guy,
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Just where the front the intercooler is, and the rear on the back like the Typhoons had the gunmetal grey to suit the rims and the mirrors. So.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll pull the details up real quick. So it's at Fat Audio Concepts. They're stupid. They haven't put an address. Anyway, it's 8th of January, so 9 a.m. till about 4 p.m. To get your car washed, it's $50, and I'm pretty sure that includes photos. And the models, which is quite surprising, have been trained the 2-bucket method. So yeah.
There you go, 2-bucket method. That's the best way to do it for you people at home. And in just standard water, and then that's what you rinse it in, and you put your soapy water, and then you go from the car from there.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, 2-bucket method. Anyway, I see. I was just about to say something, and now I've forgotten again. Jeez, this is making shocking radio. Yeah. So, in regards to last year, this is what I want to talk about. What were your favourite cars to come out last year? 2016. Focus RS, yep.
Yeah, I was going to say RS.
I wasn't really looking forward to much. I mean, I think the debut of the DB11 was it? Last year?
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. It's average though, like compared to the RS and the amount of hype that the RS
Actually, I know a better car. The Sprint.
Yeah, the final Fords were
good.
We're pretty good.
See, HSV is bringing out their final
GDSR.
GDSR.
Yeah, it's
like 400 and it was like 450 something kilowatts plus. I don't know.
It's probably limited to like 250.
Yeah, it's limited edition, but they're doing the Maloo and the GDS.
It has been confirmed. They actually, I'm pretty sure they trademarked the name GDSR again.
Yeah.
Which is quite interesting. Because from what I've read and from what sources, reputable magazine sources have been saying, they are going to be using the latest Corvette supercharged engine. So it is going to be an insane.
So you're going to start putting Corvette badges on them.
7-liter.
So putting Corvette badges. No, it's a 6. I'm pretty sure it's a 6.2, but it's not the LSA. It's like the evolution from the LSA.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's
completely different engine.
Yeah, it's something even more spastic than LSAs are ridiculously quick as is. So that I was just going to say that's my car for this year. That's my big watch list for this year, because it's going to be an insane piece of kit. You'd be spewing if you bought
the GDS recently.
GDS or like the last edition Maloo with the LSA, because that was meant to be an unlimited run, like final runs of the Maloo. But if they're putting that engine in them, you'd be kind of spewing.
You'd be wanting to sell up soon.
Well, yeah, but also you'd be looking at a lot of money. I mean, like HSV's done this quite a few times. Like
they say it's a last lot, and
like I remember back in the VT days, VT Series 1 they came out with the LS1, and then VT Series 2 the GTS because they had the first GDS and the second GDS. The second GDS had a Callaway modified.
Right.
Modified V8, and that was their first car to break the 300 kilowatt barrier.
Yeah.
And you'd be spewing if you waited, but they were a rare car. There was only like 100 and something made of them. There was not a lot.
I'll give you one to look out for this year.
Yeah.
The Tiger Top MX-5.
Yes, the RF.
It's
called the retractable fastback. That is on my list of cars. I reckon that is one of the best looking cars on the market today. It's when that came out. I think
it looks pretty impressive. Even they've kept the same form factor, and they're putting in the Tiger Top. I think it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I reckon it looks grouse, and it's fully automatic. Have you seen this car, Luca?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah, like the back end completely goes out, and then the metal roof closes in and closes over the top, and it's a full. It looks like a Targa.
You got two models: 1.5 with 129 horsepower, and the 2 liter with 159.
Yeah, and I think everyone's going for the 1.5 because the 1.5 is the more revvy unit, but you got to go for the 2 liter if you want to actually move. Yeah.
The 2 liter drops a whole second off the 0 to 60 time.
Yeah.
So 8.5 seconds for the 1.5, and the 2 liter 7.5 seconds.
Yeah,
it is slow.
Was it 7 seconds for the 2 liter?
7.5, yeah.
Yeah. So it's
your laser's quicker than that.
Nah, no chance.
You know how the Mazda engineers would have done this to get that time. And they mentioned it in a forum post or something. And Mazda came out and said to get a 0 to 60 time in the MPS of like 5.5 seconds or something. Yeah. You have to, I think it was like $3,000 clutch thump first, flat foot shift to second, and flat foot shift to third. Like massive abuse just to get that time.
Well, you see that's interesting. You say that, James, because most car manufacturers, they have these these pronounced times of 2 seconds to 100.
That's when it's done perfect and absolutely right.
Absolutely right.
And it's probably like a downward level runway or something.
Well, you got to take into account it has to be perfect conditions for the car to run. Has to be with a
road temperature makes a difference. The weather condition, ambient temperature,
everything.
You got like the pressure pascal of the atmosphere.
Yeah,
there's a whole bunch of doo-doo that goes into it.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I remember when they first released, because one of the cars of last year, the Sprint, especially in the XS6 Turbo Sprint, they were saying, I think it was 4.6 or 4.8 seconds to 100. I can't remember the exact time. And the quickest Motor Magazine got was 4.95 seconds to 100. And they're like, oh, we just can't do it. But like the Ford was saying, it'll do it 100%. We wouldn't announce the time with this car. Anyway, they got an extra person from the Ford Forced forums. He came and did it, and I don't know how he did it, but he actually managed with the V-Box indicator in the car and everything. He actually managed to get the exact time. Now, I don't know how the hell he did it. He's just he stored it up a little bit and off the brake and off he went. But surely the other magazines and stuff would have done it, because they had the same amount of fuel, same temperatures. It'd have to come down to either driver or some
technique,
sort
I guess.
of technique or some sort of error there. I mean, but you got to remember that those motoring journalists drive 1,000 cars a day, so it's to get into a car and try to get it perfect from day dot.
What was impressive was the R35s come out and they could do it like
2.9 seconds to 100 or something.
Yeah, and they tested them, and they could do it straight off the line. But the thing is, in that car, you're not really driving. Like, there's launch control, there's a whole bunch of factors.
Yeah, it's a spaceship. Yeah,
it's crazy. Like, hold the brake, and you got launch control. You turn the traction off, and you get an extra 20 kilowatts. But still, it's crazy. It's phenomenal that they can put it out there and do it. Other cars where you actually have to shift and drive, it's a lot harder, especially like clutch slip and all this other stuff you have to take into account.
You've taken into account so much, and that's especially why, like for example, the GDR's on automatic,
yeah.
Well, DSG,
like sequential,
yeah. Manual cars are always a lot slower. Like there's just no way to shift as quick as an automatic.
Not off the line anyway.
It's impossible,
especially if you bog down. Like manuals, you will bog down really easily.
It's getting that fine line.
By the time you get that reaction to give it more gas, like it's already wheel spinning. So
there's not much you can do. Look, we got to go to our next break of the night. We're going to go to a song by Wafia. It's called Heartburn or Headburn. I think no, it's Heartburn. That's right. And we'll be right back after this. It was Wafia with Heartburn. Good song, that one. You're back on 98.9 Northwest FM. This is CarTorque with Matty J. Send us a text on 0447 777 989. That's 0447 777 989. Because we're going to be talking about cars of last year and cars of this year that are coming out that we're going to be quite interested in. I know during the break, James was talking about the new Ford GT. That's the supercar GT. It looks absolutely spectacular.
Almost looks like a future Supra.
It kind of does, yeah.
It's weird.
But having said Supra, the new Supra's coming out this year.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah, I was going to say, is that real or not?
Well, it's been spied on the Nürburgring and spied in Germany and a few other places because it's a joint venture with BMW. So I'm pretty sure they're using a BMW engine, Toyota chassis.
Bring it back to 2J.
Yeah, hashtag bring back the 2J. It should come back.
Well, BMW has that like the same motor in the 318i, which is it 318 or is it
335?
335.
Yeah,
that straight six.
It's a strong engine.
I'm pretty sure Paul that was on the show recently.
He's got one. He's got a single turbo.
Single turbo. It's a twin scroll single turbo.
Yeah.
But they're pretty torquey. Like he achieves all of his torque at 1900 revs.
Yeah, it's nothing.
Which is pretty crazy and efficient.
So that's what they're my kind of cars to look for this year that are coming because I'm actually kind of looking forward to those cars. Obviously the retractable fastback, as we were saying before. I'm dying to see one in person because I reckon they look absolutely crazy hot in pictures.
There's a new Bugatti.
The Chiron, I think it's called. Yeah,
yeah.
the Chiron.
1500 horsepower.
Yeah, that's going to be just ridiculously stupid and insane. But let's be honest, the supercars and stuff are they just are. What about you, Luke? Any cars this year that you're looking for? Well, we were talking about before the GDSR.
That would have been mine. The GDSR. It looked pretty interesting.
I just hope they kind of have that like piss yellow color that they had for the original one, just to hark back to it. Because the original GDSR was such an out there car, it was really kind of just whoa, look, what the hell is that?
Just a quick correction. Paul's actually messaged me saying he reaches full torque at 1250 RPM.
There you go, even lower.
1250.
That's very impressive.
Like
that's crazy low.
600 RPM off idle.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's
unbelievable.
That's very insane.
Off a single turbo.
Single turbo, yeah.
Yeah, twin scroll single turbo.
I wonder what the size is on it. It'd probably be a very small one to get the torque up quick. But
I'm assuming it's only going to be like a 2.5 or a 3-inch inlet. Like you get more efficiency out of smaller piping. Less lag and whatnot.
And the ports, I don't think would be big off the turbo either. So
while you got me here, the Camaro ZL1.
Yes, big fan of this car. This thing is have you seen this thing? Have you seen like the
cornering?
The cornering. This thing on the Nürburgring ate everything. It was just there's a video of it on YouTube, and it's an automatic one as well that was just destroying the ring. So
another one 911R.
Yes.
911R. I've seen a few spotted in Dubai, like some obviously rich Arabian people.
So some
in the collections,
rich sheikhs over there getting their high priced cars.
AMG GTR.
Yes. Yep.
Which is like
it's
similar
the GDS.
to the SLS or
it's like the GDS, but like on steroids, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like the C63S, which is like the yellow, those two-door coupe yellow edition.
They're a nice car.
What do you think of the new C63?
I like it.
Looks, yeah,
it's different.
It's different.
It's going to grow on me because like I still like the previous model.
I love the previous model. One of the favourites.
And it's got one of the best sounding engines of all time. That 6.2 is just insane. But
they moved away from the 6.2 in the recent generations.
Yeah, they're on a 4-litre twin turbo V8.
4-litre now.
Yeah, 4-litre.
I thought they had a 5.5 turbo.
They did at one stage. I know they had a 5.5 litre engine, but I know the new ones are 4-litre twin turbo.
Same as the E400.
And they still badge as 63, aren't they?
Yeah, they still badge as 63 for traditional purposes, as they say. But yeah, I saw one in a coupe, and I saw a white one S with black wheels, and it looked good. Like it looked sick. So.
The way they're doing their styling / badging now is with the AMG on the left and the tags on the right.
Yeah.
All right, I don't mind it. It's pretty cool. And most of their normal lines are coming out with S's now. Like,
yeah.
That's on the... my friend James mentioned this the other day. The Golfs now, a lot of them just come out with saying the R on them.
Yeah.
It was a TSI. It had an R on the front grille.
I think that's with the R kit. Was that
You can get an R kit, yeah.
Yeah.
See, like for me, I think.
And then you got the Wolfsburg.
Yeah,
Wolfensburg. It's the next one up.
See, I think for those cars, it should be like, especially with AMG and R and anything, it should be
a one only.
One only.
Yeah.
Like,
shouldn't be able to like kit it.
Like BMW's been doing it for years. Like
They just put the M.
Alpina.
M, yeah, like all you know, they have the M kitted cars. You can buy my car with an M kit sports thing, but it kind of takes away from what the M cars are. Like you know, like right. It's like it kind of makes them look more just like attainable. When everyone says, like for example, if you go out there and you see a C63S, you're like, wow, that's a C63. But if you go out there and see like in
Black edition,
a black edition, you'll be like, wow, that's even more crazy. But if you go see like it's like a let's just say a standard BMW 318i, and it's got the M badge on the side.
Man. It's like
just with the M kit.
It's cheesy.
Yeah, like it's not like I'm not hating on you guys. It's just
the car manufacturers hypothetically should leave it to like the hierarchy of cars. Like they got the lower stuff for economy and whatnot. Like why would you go and just dress it up and just put an M badge on it? Like it's not really. Yeah, well, like right. the same thing applies with my fiance's father's car. He's got a C200 and it's got the AMG kit. Like it's got the CC3 wheels and stuff like that.
Rear diffuser.
Yeah, rear diffuser. Yeah. It's got all the nice little touches. But I'm just like it's not an AMG, and it kind of like it'd be cool if you called it something else, like like the optional body kit or.
Like a Benz pack or something.
Benz pack, will make some kind of name, but yeah, because then people just put the AMG badges. I'm just like, it's not that car, but
see, AMG used to be like a garage or like a tuning shop outside of Mercedes, like the actual company, and they got bought in later. I think it was one of the CEOs that formed it.
Okay.
Back in the day, and it was like an external company similar to Alpina for BMW.
Yeah, so that's like it's a touchy subject. Like it's the same thing with people putting FPV badges on non-FPV cars and HSV badges on non-HSV cars. Like I got nothing wrong with it.
And the Chev badge.
And the Chev badge. It's just like, but it kind of takes away from like the
authenticity.
The authenticity, the real deal. Look, it's car quiz time. Who wants to be in the car quiz? James, because Luke's already on top of the thing.
Oh, he's killing us, man. How are we going to beat this?
Well, it's only 8 out of 10. Like everyone's gotten 7. I think the closest we got 7. So, this is the famous CarTorque car quiz. If you got anything to mention about what we were just talking about, give us a text on 0447777989. That's 0447777989. If you think it's cool to have a badge on that car, by all means, let us know. Let us know your thoughts. Send us a text and put your name in the message. But now it's time for the CarTorque car quiz. Here we go. Okay, question 1. What was the first Australian-made car to come with a reverse camera as standard? Sorry, I can't even read. The first Australian car to come with a reverse camera as standard.
Ask me about Japan, man. Like
this was like pretty big news, especially it was all over. Like there was tons of ads about it, and it was like a really big thing when it came out.
Camry?
Nah,
it's not Australian made.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, they make cameras. Yeah, it was full territory.
Fair enough.
Yeah, like yeah, that's exactly right.
But it wasn't a standard model.
It's to come standard on an option, like to come standard on a model.
Right.
Yeah,
not okay.
But it was still to come there. Question 2. The Ford Escort had a model named after what country from winning that rally? Skip. We'll come back to that one. Question 3. The Lancia Delta S4 had its engine in what location? It's the Group B rally car. It was a supercharged and turbocharged car, like the first one.
Is it like a mid-rear?
Yeah, that's correct, mid-rear. Question 4. What car company pioneered turbocharging in cars?
You mean like brought it out?
Like not the first car to have it, first company to have it, but that really pioneered the technology because they had turbos pretty much all through there. They're a weird company that they don't really exist anymore. They don't exist anymore. Moog had one. God.
Would have thought like a Mercedes or something. The old.
I'm thinking like Nissan Datsun, but I know it's
It's European. Think recent Monte Carlos. I'll give you
Think.
I will come back.
Come back to that one. Question 5. What record did the Porsche 959 hold when it came out in the late 80s?
959.
Yep.
That was Nürburgring.
No.
No.
I'll give you another go.
Go on.
It was a record that it was a production car record.
0 to 100.
No.
You're killing me, bro.
Oh,
Come back.
just come back to that. Question 6. The E39 BMW M5 had an engine capacity of how much? That's the V8. Naturally aspirated one from the 2000s.
5 litre.
5 litre, that's correct. Question 7. The Audi Quattro came out originally in what decade?
Quattro. 80s?
Yeah, that's correct. It's the 80s.
80s rally.
Well, what was the next question? What was the Quattro made famous for? You've just answered it.
Oh, good.
Question 9. We spoke about this earlier. The HSV GTS VT Series 2 had a 300 kilowatt engine made in conjunction with what American tuning company? We spoke about this about 20 minutes ago.
With a Corvette? Or
They tune Corvettes. So that's with C.
Chrysler?
Nah. Callaway.
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 Too nice, you know.
Question 10. The Mercedes GTS comes with what type of engine? Like how many cylinders? I'll make it easier for you.
6-cylinder?
Nah, it's an 8.
What was the question?
The Mercedes GTS.
Oh.
Let's go back. The Ford Escort had a model named after what country? It had this name because it won rallies there. It won a famous rally. It's like one of the most famous rallies still today. I've got some hard questions on tonight.
All I can think about is like some British thing, man.
I'll give you a hint.
British baby.
Trump hates it. Trump hates his country.
Or Mexico.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. It's called the Ford Escort Mexico.
He's too right, you know.
You're killing it, bro.
What car company pioneered turbocharging in cars?
BMW?
Nah. BMW had the first turbocharged car. It's Saab.
Saab.
Yeah, Saab.
Oh,
Saab
bro,
really
the
pioneered
Bugaroo.
it.
Saw baby, yeah.
And what record did the Porsche 959 hold when it originally came out?
Top speed?
It did. Fastest production car. So you've got
It's too fast, you know.
3, 4, 5, 6.
6.
6 out of 10, not
same,
bad.
Same record, bro.
Same record. You've
It was a
gotten
good
7.
recovery. You skipped a few.
Yeah, it was a very good recovery. So it's 7 out of 10 ain't bad.
And then you got a few and you were too right, you know.
Okay, Austin Powers over there.
Yeah, baby.
Killing it, bro.
We're going to get to our last song of the night and last break. We'll be right back after this. That was Justice with Alakazam off their latest album. That's a really good album. And that's pretty much it for us tonight on the show. Thanks for coming on, guys.
No walkers.
Thanks for having me.
We'll have to get you guys on again. We'll be back on the same time next week, 8 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
Oh, shit, it's 8 o'clock now. Sorry, 7 o'clock next week. Thanks, Luca, for cleaning that up.
It's all good, baby.
So yeah,
Yeah.
So we'll be back on next week, 7 o'clock, straight after James's show at 6 p.m, which is Man vs Movies. Give it a show a listen. Stay tuned. We've got plenty of shows coming on tonight. Thursday night, Thursday Waffle with Fitzy and Dr. Rock, and Monday night, the For Your Pleasure with Dr. Rock as well. You got quality listening here on 98.9 Northwest FM, so don't change that dial, and keep it locked here.
I'd just like to give a shout out to mate Paulie, because he's too right, you know. Yeah, baby, yeah.
It's a shout out to Paul. Any shout outs for you, James?
Just shout out to everyone. Shout out to Paul.
Paul.
Shout out to Jade, why not?
Yeah, why not? Get your shout outs in. And thanks to James from Man vs Movies. He always sticks in every week. So
He's too nice, you know.
He's too nice, you know. Cue the. He's got to do an Austin Powers special. He definitely has to. and just rip quotes from it every week. But that's it for us on the show. Thanks for listening in. Thanks for sending those texts in tonight, and we will see you same time next week. Take it easy.
See you later, baby. Yeah.